Some of you guys have heard me talking about Dirty Bomb quite some over the years on my channel. And here we are again. If Dirty Bomb was still an active game, meaning still having full developer support, then I guess the developers would owe me some, since I've come back to this game even though it is now considered to be dead and there's nothing really to play for when it comes to content besides honor and glory, which in itself isn't a bad thing. So I guess my message today is don't forget to play Dirty Bomb. Some of you guys watching my video might still be one of the few people that are still playing Dirty Bomb in 2024, so nice to have you here. But hello also to those of you that are watching out of curiosity, since you might be on the hunt for a new FPS game to try out. And the good news is that Dirty Bomb is still available on Steam and it's free to play, so go ahead and download it and see for yourself. I mentioned before in previous Dirty Bomb videos that it can be hard to get into a game as a newcomer, since some guys have played the game now for ages, and Dirty Bomb is no exception since it's been out for ages. The reasons for that are many. The player base are nowadays small, meaning you probably will meet more or less the same players over and over again if you're playing the game a lot. And as said, there's quite a few players that has been around here for a long time, while Dirty Bomb is also a competitive game, even though it is more on the chill side of things now and friendly basis nowadays, but not always. I am one of those players that plays Dirty Bomb once in a while. On the other hand, I've been doing so more or less from the start. The main reason why I come back to the game on a somewhat regular basis is because I have fun more or less every time I play this game. That is not the case with some other FPS titles out there. For example, newer Call of Duty games that are filled with so many weird things or nonsense, I would say that they are not worth your time any longer. Because I want my FPS games to be heavily focused on the actual gunplay and gameplay, good map design, teamwork, and fun objective game modes. I can find all that in Dirty Bomb, alongside with excellent movement that reminds me a bit about old-time arena shooters such as Quake, for example. Well, a bit at least. So if you, like me, are enjoying games that focuses on individual skill but also in a team play context, then you might want to try out Dirty Bomb. I also believe that the characters in the game called Mercenaries are fun to use when it comes to their abilities, but at the same time, focus is still on the gunplay foremost. Sure, there's always opinions about some mercenaries being better or more annoying than others, but overall Dirty Bomb feels pretty balanced to me, especially in comparison with some other shooters that I've been playing recently, where it's often easy to pretty soon, when you've been playing, spot the meta weapons that almost everyone is using in order to get an advantage in the game. I don't feel that's the case in Dirty Bomb. Since the game doesn't have any developer support nowadays, there's no future progress in the game to look forward to, meaning what you see is what you get. The game is now being carried by certain individuals in the community when it comes to paid community servers that are still making it possible for you to play Dirty Bomb. I hope that will continue for a long time to come. I also hinted earlier that there's only a handful of people playing Dirty Bomb nowadays, some hundreds on average that are online playing the game. It means that depending on what region you live in and what time of the day you're trying to play a match or two, you might have problems getting into matches. My best advice is to try to play late afternoon or an evening, since that has usually worked for me. I live in Sweden, by the way, so we're talking EU as my region. I thought it was important to mention these things, since it can be stuff that makes you hesitate as a new player when it comes to downloading Dirty Bomb. But at the end of the day, when people have been asking me if it's worth playing Dirty Bomb, I usually answer download it and see for yourself. All games aren't for everyone, but I do believe that Dirty Bomb still can add some player value and maybe also social value, being a solid free-to-play FPS game that is still out there, against all odds, if you will. I've gotten questions before asking if there's any modern free-to-play FPS games that plays like Dirty Bomb, or at least been somewhat similar when it comes to design. To be honest, I can't really think of any other game that plays exactly like this. Sure, there's similarities with some other games, and I know that some guys mentioned the finals being a game that reminded them about Dirty Bomb, but I played the finals as well, although not as much as Dirty Bomb, and in my book these two games differs quite some when it comes to the design and game modes. The gunplay and movement is also, in my opinion, much better in Dirty Bomb compared to the finals, which is one of the reasons why I stopped playing the finals. With that said, I have to once more also wonder why we haven't seen a Dirty Bomb free-to-play clone out there. Because there's quite a few Call of Duty-alike free-to-play shooters to be found, and I played a few of them through the years and I've been making videos about them on my channel. Sure, I understand that Call of Duty is a huge brand and franchise compared to smaller indie titles such as Dirty Bomb, but still, I thought that at least 1 or 2 gaming studios would try to pick up where Splash Damage left off with Dirty Bomb, because a good similar title such as Dirty Bomb, with no skill-based matchmaking, would most likely become very appreciated in the FPS gaming community. And talking about no skill-based matchmaking and stuff like that, there are other attempts and projects ongoing. For example, Ubisoft's X-Defiant that will be released later on in May this year is one of them. But again, it is much more of a Call of Duty-like game, and after I played the last playtest, I felt that it might be hard to reach some higher ground for that game, since the hit reg and netcode seems to be a big issue. Actually, it was worse than the previous playtest. But who knows? Maybe they are after all able to fix that as well. We'll see, time will tell. Therefore, I'm glad that Dirty Bomb is still in my Steam library, since it was a long time ago since I had a to-go-to game, meaning a game that I would grind for hours and hours. That has to do with both a combination of me having a problem recent years finding a title or two that I really like, but also since I make FPS videos on my channel, playing a variety of FPS games, both old and new, both AAA and indie shooters. So I tend to go between games about as often as I change my underwear, which I can assure you is more or less every day. So the question is now if Dirty Bomb has a place in your library as well. Maybe you'll find it to be a game that you actually want to play a lot, week in and week out, or maybe Dirty Bomb will become for you what it has become to me nowadays at least, a chance to play a straightforward quality shooter, a game that throws me back some years also and reminds me what the core of good FPS gaming is all about, and almost works like a healer kind of thing or process for me after I've been playing some newer games that aren't really delivering at launch. With that said, let me know in the comments what kind of thoughts and experiences you have when it comes to Dirty Bomb, and maybe what it has meant for you as well. I'm therefore going back to how I started this video by saying, don't forget to play Dirty Bomb. Take care now, and I hope to see you soon again on my channel. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. And if you also want to see similar FPS content in the future, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and that little bell icon as well, so you don't miss out when I'm posting a new video. Have a great day and peace out.